Hello everyone, I'm Brent.
And I'm Brian, and we're at one of our favorite places today, which is the Bangor Waterfront.
And over here is Darling's Waterfront Pavilion. I know it doesn't look like very much right now, but this is the venue where some amazing concerts are held.
Brent and I have been to some amazing concerts here over the years, and the last one that Brent and I had actually gone to was back in August to see Rise Above Fest, and one of our favorite bands, Disturbed, headlined it, and it was definitely an amazing show that I'll never forget.
And as we circle around the venue, get to see the amazing Penobscot River over here. And Brian and I are going to kind of give you a little tour of the venue today.
If you aren't able to tell right now, we're on top of the hill right now on the waterfront. And now I am going down the hill backwards. And as you can see, the waterfront is very big.
And as Brian's going down the hill here, and as he waves, Darling's Waterfront Pavilion, at least in our opinion, is an amazing place to be. Brian and I have had the opportunity to see a lot of other amazing shows. And as Brian said earlier, the last show Brian and I went to here was Rise Above Fest. And it had some pretty big name rock and metal bands such as Disturbed, Volbeat, Alter Bridge, and a lot more. And they've definitely made some additions to the waterfront as a whole over the past several years or so.
And as we are approaching up here, you can see as we get closer here that there is a walking trail over here to the right. And unfortunately it's closed right now because of construction, but I'm sure that in May, when the waterfront opens back up, the construction will be all done. And this trail actually goes all the way from the parking lot that's all the way down here, and it runs all the way behind to that big building up there, which is Hollywood Casino Bangor. And it runs all the way down, and then if you go all the way around and then up, and if you take a right down that road, you actually get to a street called Main Street, and they have a lot of businesses and restaurants down there. And then if you go a little ways down the road, you get to downtown Bangor, which also has a lot of businesses and restaurants and such.
And as we go over to the left here, we can show you a little bit more of the venue. It's kind of hard to visualize what the venue looks like, especially if you've never been here before. But just imagine a lot of amazing and screaming fans being able to see some of their favorite artists and performers.
And believe it or not, the stage may not look very big right now, but if we were in the summer season here for concerts, there would be a huge backdrop behind the stage there where the artists will walk up on stage and perform their favorite songs. And this doesn't really relate to Brent and I specifically, but I'm going to point this out. If Brent can get a shot of that building in the middle back there, that is what you would call the beer tent. And they sell so much beer there in the summer during the concert season.
There's a beer tent right there in the middle, and then usually when the venues open in the summer, there's usually one over here to the side of the stage, and then there's another one over here on the other side of the stage. So usually there's like 3 or 4 of them set up during any concert during the season at Darling's Waterfront Pavilion.
And as I said in the beginning of the video, this is definitely one of Brett and I's favorite places to go, not just during the summer, but during the year as well. And it is definitely one of our favorite places to go to because Brett and I absolutely love not only listening to music, but we also love going to live concerts as well, and it definitely makes Brett and I very happy.
It does, and as we are going to head down here some more, Brian mentioned earlier about the walking trail, and it's this way. Although our main focus for the video is concentrating on Darling's Waterfront Pavilion itself, we definitely want to try to accentuate a lot of other qualities about the waterfront as well. So over here, we are on the walking trail, and as it says right here on the sign, it says that the sidewalk is closed, which is disappointing, but it is currently November 25th, so it is almost December, and then we are going to make our way over here, since unfortunately we cannot walk on the sidewalk over here, and we are going to make our way more toward the side of Darling's Waterfront Pavilion.
And I must say that it is definitely not a warm day here by any means. It is probably only around 30 degrees, if that.
And as we get up over here on the other sidewalk, we are going to take a left so that we can be able to give you a better view of the side stage over here. So as we go over here near the fence, get a side view of the stage. And if Brian can be nice enough to kind of pan all the way around the venue, it's a very big venue. It can hold up to 16,000 fans, like we had mentioned before, and it's a very magical and amazing place to be.
And if you can see the fence back here, that is where the lawn section ends. They have a couple different sections here at Darling's Waterfront Pavilion. They have the lawn section, which runs all the way from the fence to about the middle of the venue. And then this part here I'm filming right now, that is called the pit section when they have general admission shows like rock shows or an occasional country show that may have a pit section. And then sometimes for seated shows, which a lot of them are here, there would be chairs probably from about right here to the front of the stage to about right here. And then the rest of that would be general admission lawn and general admission seating.
And then right next to the beer house right here to the left of that, that is where the soundboards go, and that's where all the lighting stuff is programmed, and it's definitely great to have a section like that in there, although it's in the middle of the stage, because if they had it over to the side, then that would take some of the seats away. But if they have it in the middle, it's also an obstructed view depending on where you're sitting, but overall it's definitely great to be able to have a section like that in Darling's Waterfront Pavilion so that all the lighting and the sound can be programmed to the greatest extent possible.
And I know that when Brett and I were last here in August to see Disturbed, we were about, if the stage is right there up front, we were probably about right here. And we were right in the mosh pit for a little while, and there were definitely a lot of rowdy people in there getting into the mosh pit and trying to get Brett and I into it, and we propelled ourselves forward, and we almost got up to the front, but we were still very close up there, and we are definitely looking forward to seeing the concert lineup for the 2017 season.
We definitely are, and as we make our way more down here, you can still see the Penobscot River across the way here, And if you look straight ahead, if you're over in this section over here, you're technically in Brewer, Maine, which is right next to Bangor. And in my estimation, it's a lot like Bangor. I feel that it's a little less populated than Bangor, but it's definitely still a great place to be. And especially here along the Penobscot River, how can you go wrong with that?
I know a lot of people in the summertime, they have a boat dock out here. And if we walk closer down this way, they have a couple boat docks out here for boats that want to go on the river during the summer. And I know a lot of people will bring their boats out here during the summertime when a concert's going on, and they'll actually watch the concert from the river.
One of the shows that Darling's Waterfront Pavilion had over the summer was Jimmy Buffett. And I was actually here the day of that show, right here on the waterfront. I didn't see the show itself, but there were a lot of people here early in the morning tailgating, and there were actually a lot of people over this way in their boats being able to enjoy the beautiful weather, and they were just having an amazing time being able to socialize with people and just being able to have a great time with it.
And as we continue our little tour here of one of our favorite places, we are getting closer to the construction zone, so I'm going to run over that. And this is one of the parts where they're doing construction at right now. If you couldn't notice all the construction tape and the cones. And this road right here, when they're having concerts, it's completely closed off for obvious reasons.
And one side note, I believe if my memory serves me correctly, didn't Darling's Waterfront Pavilion have like 20 shows this past season?
Yes, I believe they did. They had a lot of country shows because they had the country mega ticket. So that was the basis of a lot of the shows this year, and we don't know what's going to happen for next year in 2017, but we definitely hope that they will have a lot more rock shows.
And then we are going to come over here one more time just to kind of get a side view of the stage over here. As I mentioned before, I can understand why it may be hard to visualize what this venue looks like, especially in the winter time, because they don't have shows here in the winter or really in the early to late spring, but it's definitely an amazing place to be.
And on this top part up here during the concert season, they actually have a huge banner up top of the stage there, and it will say Darling's Waterfront Pavilion on the top in the middle there. And then on the sides, sometimes if it's a particular festival, they will be promoting the festival. So when people drive by on the road, it will promote the show that they are having. I know that when we went to Rise Above Fest, they actually promoted Rise Above Fest over there on the right with the Darling's Waterfront Pavilion logo in the middle there. So I do know that they do that sometimes, but I know that the general logo of the waterfront will be right in the middle there. It's a huge banner there. And I know that when they first started out, they had to rent out the stage there, but now that they're more established and have had some amazing shows there, and they've been able to get money from the city of Bangor, they actually bought everything outright. So they don't have to rent or lease any equipment anymore. And we are definitely looking forward to hopefully all of the amazing rock shows that will come here in 2017.
And as Brian waves again, this is where we're going to end our video today. But again, I'm Brent.
And I'm Brian.
And as always, we definitely hope that you all have an amazing weekend.
Oh, Brent, you're forgetting one thing.
What am I forgetting?
You're forgetting the fact that we would love to go to all of these shows we want to go to with two amazing women.
That's right. How can we ever forget about that?
And one more note, Brent and I are going to be leaving here now, but we are going on an amazing adventure after this, aren't we, Brent?
We are, and we are heading over to the Festival of Trees. I've never been before, but Brian would love to kind of describe what Festival of Trees is all about.
I actually ended up going for the first time last year to the Festival of Trees, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. What it is, for those of you that don't know what the Festival of Trees is, it's an event where it happens once a year in late November. They have about 40 to 50 trees there that you can choose from. You'll pay a fee to get in the door, which isn't very much, and you'll buy tickets for the tree that you want. Say, for example, you're going to go in there and pay the entrance fee to get in, which is only a couple dollars. It's 50 cents a ticket after that you would want to get. So if you, for example, spend $5, you'd get 10 tickets. And then you put the tickets in the tree you want to have. If you end up winning that tree, you get the tree along with the other prizes with it, and all of the proceeds go to the Anna Shriners Children's Hospital. And it is definitely a great cause that Brent and I want to be a part of, and we are going over there now. And no matter if we win or not, it's definitely a great time, because all of the money raised for this event goes straight to the Anna Shriners Children's Hospital, and they provide medical care for children that may not otherwise be able to get medical care. So we are definitely going to go over and attend this great cause, and we definitely hope to be able to make it another amazing video for you soon.
And as always, Brian and I want to wish you a very happy and amazing weekend, and we definitely look forward to hearing from you soon.
Bye for now.